Israel, Shalom, Shalom. This brother Amatazia out of WFI St. Louis. All right. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, Wamalaki Hawashad. Right. A big shalom to all you brothers, sisters, and children in His truth. Right. A magnifying and glorifying the name of the Most High in these last days. Right. And you removing leaven, heading into Passover. You're doing all things to make your calling and election sure. To get delivered out of this place, Lord willing, man. Right. Hey, as you see in this title, right? Hey, you teachers, hey, y'all scared to click on this, man. Y'all scared to watch this video, right? I want to kick it off, right, with this first precept in the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse number 8. It says, wherefore he saith, when he ascended up on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts unto men. It says, I'm going to jump down to verse 11. It says, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers. Right? So Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, he gave certain gifts unto men. Right? A certain men have different gifts. Right? And chiefly, you know what I'm saying, we'll be going into on this video, right, is you got certain men set up to be teachers, man. Right? You got certain men that go out on the highways and byways, right? And they go out and teach, man, right? Teach the sheep, right? Hey, teach the men, right, how to serve the Most High, right? And the women and the children how to serve the Most High, right? And also you men that don't go out on the highways and byways, right? And you teach your family at home. You teach your wife, your children, right? According to Deuteronomy chapter 6 and 6 on down, right? So it's a men set up in these last days, right? Given by the Most High, right? To be teachers in this thing, right? And being teachers is not a light thing, a light thing, man, right? Right? Teachers, right, are held to a higher standard, right? Teachers, right, the Most High requires more of you, man, right? It says it's more consequential, right? It's more substantial. It's a bigger and higher thing being a teacher, right? And the Most High put the spirit on certain men to be teachers, right? Because everybody in these last days not set up to be teachers, right? The Most High didn't put that spirit on you to be a teacher, right? I mean, it just is what it is. I'm gonna get this precept, right, real quick in the book of Exodus, chapter 35. I'm on verse 30. Right, because you got certain men set up in the last days to be teachers, right? Because the Most High put that spirit on these brothers, to go out and teach, right? It's the book of Exodus, chapter 35 and verse 30. It says, and Moses said unto the children of Israel, see, the Lord have called by name Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and he hath filled him with the spirit of Yahweh, and wisdom and understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship. Right? So you got this man Bezalel, he was filled with the spirit, right? With the wisdom, with the knowledge, with the understanding, right? And you got certain men when he first come into truth, right? The Most High kind of just put that spirit on you, right? You start understanding the precepts, you start understanding the scriptures, right? You got that spirit and that urge, right, to go out and teach. I'm gonna keep reading on though. It says, verse 32, and to devise curious works, to work in gold and in silver and in brass, and in the cutting of stone to set them, and in carving of wood to make any manner of cunning work. Right? 34, this is the point. It says, and he had put in his heart that he may teach both he and Eliab, the son of Amishak, of the tribe of Dan. Right? So he put the spirit on Bezalel, right, to go out and teach, right? And the Most High put the spirit on certain men, right, to go out and teach, right? Every man on the earth wasn't set up to be teachers, right? But you got certain men, right, on the four corners of the earth, right? The Most High put the spirit on those brothers, right, to go out on the highways and byways, right, and teach this word, right? But hey, when you come to find out, when you come and start getting in this thing, right? Hey, these teachers, right, are held to a higher standard, right? And you kind of putting your life at risk, man. Right? When you go out and want to be a teacher in this thing, right? I want to get another precept going into that. James chapter 3 and verse number 1. Because I mean, it's not a light thing just being a teacher, right? You can't just, just get up out of your damn seat, right, and just go teach, man, right? You have to be learned, right? You have to first get yourself together before you go out and teach, right? Because you don't want to be found a hypocrite, right? I'm gonna get into that. It's the book of James, chapter 3, and verse number 1. It says, "My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we should receive the greater condemnation," right? So you got James, and he kind of giving a warning, like, hey, these teachers, these men that set up, they going out on the highways and byways, and you're gonna receive a greater condemnation. You're gonna receive a greater judgment. Why? Because you know better, right? And you going out and teaching people what they supposed to be doing. Hey, brother, you better be doing that same thing. Brother, you better be walking in that spirit, right? Or hey, what? You're gonna receive the greater condemnation, right? If you read it in another translation, I think it reads, not many of you should be teachers. Teachers would be judged more strictly, right? Why? Because the Most High, he requires more of you, right? Being a teacher, right? And you should know what's required of you, man, right? And you don't want to be a hypocrite in the sight of man, teaching one thing, right, but you're not doing it, right? So it's a harsh judgment, right, and a greater condemnation, right, for those men that's going on the highways and byways and teaching, man, right? It's not a light thing, right, to just want to go out and just be a teacher, man. You got to kind of count the cost in this thing. You got to get your spirit right. Hey, drink the milk first, man, right? Let me get another precept on that in the book of Romans, right? Because these men will be judged, right, based off what they say, based off what they do, more harshly. It's a greater condemnation. This is the book of Romans, Salakia. Book of Romans, chapter 2, and verse number 1. It says, "Therefore thou were inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou art that judges, for wherein thou judgest another, thou condemnest thyself, for thou that judges doest the same thing." So you don't want to be a man, right, that's out on the highways and byways, right? You judging the matter, right? And you rebuking the people, right? But you doing the same thing that you telling the brother not to do, right? Telling the brother you got to abstain from lust, right? You have to abstain from this and that. But hey, brother, behind closed doors, you doing those same things, right? You dealing with the damn porno. You dealing with the weed smoking demon, right? And you're gonna be held, right, to a higher standard, right? And you're gonna be judged for the same things that you judge, right? I want to read that one more time. It says, verse 2, but it's like in verse 1. "Therefore thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou that art judges, for wherein thou judges another, thou condemnest thyself," right? "For thou that judges doest the same things," right? It says, "But we are sure that the judgment of Yahweh is according to truth against them which commit such things. And thinkest thou this, O man, that judgest them which do the same things, and doest the same, that thou should escape the judgment of God," right? So if you're doing the same things that you're judging a man on, right, the Most High gonna judge you, right? Why? Because hey, you're a teacher. The Most High is gonna hold, like I've been saying, like the Most High is gonna hold you to a higher standard, man, right? It's a greater condemnation for you brothers that go out and teach, right? Kind of gotta walk on eggshells when you out there, man. Make sure that, hey, your spirit, right? Make sure you're not doing those things that you're finna tell the next brother not to do, right? Lest you be a damn hypocrite, man. And you become a damn hypocrite, right? If you say, hey, brother, hey, you can't eat pork. If behind closed doors, you eating damn pepperoni pizza, man. You eating a damn pepperoni pizza, and you telling them, you go out on the highways and byways, yeah, give me the book of Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7. Right? Yeah, brother, can't eat the damn swine. Well, brother, you eating swine, brother. And you're gonna be judged on that matter. Why? Because hey, you teaching man so, but you don't do the damn thing. Right? You can't do that. That's off. Right? So hey, the Most High, hey, he's watching you teachers, man. Right? So I'm gonna get another precept on that. Matthew chapter 7 and verse number 1. It's the classic. Matthew chapter 7 and verse 1, it says, you know what I'm saying, and Christians kind of use this precept, right, to kind of twist it. They say, hey, you can't judge. Well, this not what it's going into, right? This is Matthew chapter 7 and verse 1, right? It says, judge not that ye be not judged, right? That's going into the same thing. Don't judge, hey, lest ye be judged. Make sure that you're not doing that thing, right, that you finna go out and tell the brother not to do, right? It says, judge not that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, shall ye be judged, right? So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you put out there, right, hey, the Most High he gonna examine you. He gonna examine your spirit. He gonna see, okay, let me see if this man not doing that, right? Because he's telling man not to do it. Let's see if he's not doing it, right? So whatever judgment ye judge, hey, you're gonna be judged for the same thing, right? Let me keep reading. It says, it shall be, it's like, and what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again, right? So, hey, whatever you put out there, hey, the Most High gonna look at you and examine you and see if you're doing those same things, right? If you keep reading this chapter, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, right? But when you out there teaching, you kind of wanna wipe your own, you wanna clean your hands, right? And clean your spirit right before you go out there and teach, right? It says, you know what I'm saying, when you keep reading, it says you gotta pull the mote out your own eye, right? So that you can pull the beam out your brother's eye. Right, you gotta first, hey, work on yourself. First, get yourself together, right? So then you can show your brother how to get it out his eye, right? That's what you gotta do in this thing, right? So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you put out there, hey, the Most High is gonna examine you. It's a greater and harsh judgment, right? Being a teacher, right? You have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to be built up in this thing. You have to have that spirit like the Most High put on Bezalel, right? In the book of, I brought it out in the book of Exodus chapter 35, man, right? The spirit with the wisdom and knowledge and understanding, right? And the spirit to do the work, right? And the spirit to go out and teach. Because you got certain men, they wasn't set up to be teachers, right? These men, right, they doing things to be seen of men. Let me get this precept real quick. Another classic in the book of Matthew, chapter 23, and verse number 1. It says, then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do ye not after their works, for they say and do not, right? So, hey, you know what I'm saying? They said, hey, the scribes and Pharisees, right, they taught people to keep the law, right? But they didn't keep the law themselves. You don't want to be like a damn scribe or Pharisee out on the highways and byways. You telling people to keep the law, but you don't keep them your damn self, right? You become a damn hypocrite in the sight of man, right? Then you become what the so-called Christians call us all the damn time, saying we're the damn scribes and Pharisees. Or brother, you are a scribe and Pharisee, right? Because you teaching men to do something, but you don't do it, right? Well, even on another level, you telling brothers to read, you telling brothers to pray and fast, but brother, you never pray and fast. You never read. You don't remember no precepts. You don't remember no scriptures for real. You got to pull the damn scriptures up on your phone when you're on the damn highways and byways. Why? Because you're not studying, right? But you telling men to go study and pray and fast, but you're not doing it yourself, brother. You become a hypocrite in the sight of men, right? And like I was saying earlier, you got certain men, they just want to become teachers. Why? Because they think it's something cool to do. They want to get them a name for themselves. They seen their brother they seen the brother Naquan teaching, you know what I'm saying? They kind of want to teach like that brother, right? Or Raya or Amos, right? They want to teach like these brothers. They want to be the high mighty man, right? Let me get this precept. I'm gonna keep reading on that. I'm gonna jump down to verse 5. It says, all their works they do for to be seen of men. So you got certain men, hey, that just want to be on the camera, just want to teach you know what I'm saying, to be seen of men, right? To get the views, right? They want that damn spiritual, they want their ego spiritually stroked, man. They want to look at the comments and say, you want to see how mighty brothers brought it out, right? That's off, man. That's not the right spirit to be moving in, to be seen a man while you going out there to teach, right? That's how I'm kind of getting off track, but I mean, a lot of men do this. Because these men wasn't set up by the Most High to be teachers, right? They're causing confusion, right? False doctrine, right? They're damn hypocrites. They're teaching things, but they never do it, right? So, hey, you know what I'm saying? You got certain men that wasn't set up to be teachers, right? But you men that that's out there teaching, man, right? The Most High is holding you to a higher standard, man, right? And like James said in the book of James chapter 3, right? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Take heed before you become a teacher, man. Why? Because we're gonna get the greater condemnation, man. Right? Let me get another precept. I'm gonna get this in the book of Sirach, chapter 1, and verse number 29. Right? It's because the Most High, right? Because of the things that you say, right? Because you're out there teaching people, you're gonna speak, right? You're gonna bring out things, right, out of your heart, out of your mind, right? And what you say is gonna get you into that jam, man, right? That's why I say you kind of watch what you say. You gotta kind of be prepared and know, right? Am I really doing this thing? Can I teach these people how to do this, right? And that comes with experience, right? That's why I say you can't just jump off the damn couch and just go out there and teach, man. Gotta kind of have some experience in this thing, right? You gotta kind of be well learned in this thing, know the scriptures, right? So that you can go out and teach the people, right? Through experience, right? Now let me get this in the book of Ecclesiastes. It's like Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 1, and verse number 29. It says, "Be not a hypocrite in the sight of man," like we just going into. Don't be a damn hypocrite. Don't say one thing, but you don't do it, right? That causes you to be like the scribes and Pharisees. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? You got to take heed and don't be a hypocrite in the sight of man. Renowned, it says, "And take good heed what thou speakest," right? So you got to take heed of the, like, talking to you teachers, you got to take heed of the things that you say, right? Because, hey, whatever you put out there, like we've been going through in this video, whatever you put out there, the Most High is going to hold you to that, right? You know what I'm saying? You go out there, you know what I'm saying, you bring out the precepts dealing with lust, Romans 7:7, right? Genesis chapter 39:7 on down, 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 22, right? You start going into the precepts, you bringing them out. But, hey, brother, you dealing with, you fighting lust. Lust got you in a damn stronghold, right? But, brother, you probably shouldn't be teaching that because you haven't figured out how to fight that demon, right? To be able to teach man, you know what I'm saying, how to get over it, right? You gotta, you know what I'm saying, build yourself up first. Figure out how to fight these demons or whatever it is that you teaching, right? So that you can teach man so, right? And then it'd be that causes it to be edifying, right? Because you can give experiences, right? You can break down the scriptures, right, with real life experiences, right? And it can relate to the person, right? Well, that's it on that. Let me get another precept, right? So you got to take heed what you say. Let me get the book of James, chapter 3, and verse, I think I want number 6. James, chapter 3, and verse number 6. It says, "And the tongue is like a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and is set on fire of hell," right? So, hey, so your tongue, right? You know, they say, you know what I'm saying, they kind of say this in the world, and your mouth gonna get you in trouble, right? Well, yeah, it is gonna get you in trouble with the Most High, right? Because you saying things, but you don't do it, right? Because that tongue, though it's a small member, right, it can destroy you. This small part of our body that the Most High created, right, it can destroy you. It can take you out of this thing, right? And you can become a damn hypocrite by the things that you say, right? So you got to kind of watch your mouth being a teacher. You got to watch your mouth, right? Hey, think about what you finna say before you say it. Don't just say anything that you just think, right? You have to, hey, prepare yourself, right? Kind of know what you finna go into. Hey, be well studied you know what I'm saying, and kind of did it behind closed doors, you know how to break these things down, right? Because you don't want to go out there, right, and be a damn fool and become a hypocrite, man. You just teaching things just to teach it. You saw a brother do a breakdown on the WFI backup channel, right? You just want to go out there and teach it, right? No, brother, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, hey, have experience, right? Hey, put, you know what I'm saying, put yourself in that precept, man. That you know how to, you know what I'm saying, how to deal with it, right? Don't be dealing with that spirit that you're going out to teach about, right? So let me get another precept on that. Just watching your mouth in the spirit, man. Before you go out there and teach, you teachers, man, you gotta watch your mouth. All right, give me Matthew chapter 15 and verse number 11. It says, not that which goeth into the mouth defileth the man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth the man, right? So, hey, what, you know what I'm saying? The things that comes out your mouth, the things that you say, it can defile you, man. Right? You might say something off. You might say something against the scriptures, right? You might say something hypocritical, right? Hey, that defiles you, man. It'll condemn you in the eyes of the Most High, right? Yeah, man, slip on the tongue, right? But and when you're going out there to teach, right, you out there to seal the elect. You out there to bring the sheep back to the fold. You don't want to say the wrong things, right, and cause the sheep to go astray, man, right? Like the damn pastors, like these damn political leaders, right? The people that our people look up to, and they cause the people to go astray by the things that they say, right? You don't want to cause the sheep to go astray by saying one thing when it's not true, right? You just coming up with anything, right? So you got to take heed of the things that you say, right? You got to watch your mouth as a teacher, right? Let me get a couple more. Actually, I'm gonna go to this next precept in the book of Ezekiel, right? Because us on the highways and byways, we got to go out and warn the people, right? We got to tell the people, right? You teachers, chiefly, you warning the people of the things to come, right? The Lord set up certain men, right? The watchmen, right? To warn the people, right? We're commanded to go out there and tell the people of the things to come. Let me get this other precept real quick before I pull this. Let me get the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse number 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Right? So you got men that teach. They go out on the highways and byways, and they got to warn the people of the things to come, right? Of Jacob's trouble, of the famine, right? Of the other war, World War III, right? Of Esau coming to crack down on us, man. Right? We have to warn the people of these things to come, right? And if you don't, as a teacher, right, a man that's going out on the highways and byways, right, if you don't sound the alarm, right, on a spiritual level, which is our voice, like I say in the book of Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1, us sounding the alarm, right, crying aloud and sparing not. If you don't sound that alarm and warn the people, right, and that blood is on your hand, you being a teacher, right? Let me bring this out real quick. It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse number 7. It says, so thou, O son of man, and it's a classic precept, it says, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word of my mouth and warn them from me. Right? So the men on the highways and byways that's teaching, right? You out there to warn the people. Right? Yeah, we going to the breakdowns, you know what I'm saying, to keep the law, right? But you got to also warn the people of the things to come. Warn the people of the day of the Lord, right? Because the Lord is coming back to kill. Right, the Lord is coming back to slay. Isaiah 13 and verse 9, Isaiah 66, right? Isaiah 60, right? Hey, all these things is coming, man. Well, the Lord is coming to destroy. Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 14 on down, right? So the Lord is coming back to destroy. 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 24, right? The sinners, right? So, hey, you know what I'm saying? These people, right? If they don't repent, right, they're gonna get destroyed. Well, brother, why didn't you go out and warn them? Why didn't you tell them, right? You was too worried about Esau bowing down and kissing your feet, right? Trying to put the damn chains upon his neck. Right? That's off, man. Right? You got to go out and warn the people, right, of the things that's coming, man. Right? Lest that blood be upon your hands. Let me finish this out. It says, when I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die. If thou doest not speak to warn the wicked from his way, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at his hand. Right? So if you don't warn the wicked of his wicked ways, right, to turn from him, right, to let him know what's coming on the earth, hey, brother, that blood is upon your hands. Right? Because you was supposed to be the one that teach him. You wasn't supposed to turn the damn blind eye. Oh yeah, I mean, he said he been dealing with it for, you know what I'm saying, forever. He said he been working on it. No, brother, you gotta go into the scriptures and show this brother, you know what I'm saying, hey, what's gonna happen if he don't turn from his sins, right? If he don't repent, right? What's coming upon the earth, right? For the wicked, man. You have to warn the people, right? Or the Most High is gonna require that at your hands. Now it's on you. Because you didn't show the love, open rebuke them, right? Like it say in the book of Proverbs, chapter 27 verse 5, right? And warn that man, right, that he had to repent, that he had to change his ways, right? Brother, that's on you now. You teachers, right? Let me get another precept, man, right? Before I go on a damn rant, man. Because this is a serious job that the Most High signed us up for, right? You men that go out and teach, right? This is not some light thing, right? You have to take this thing serious, all right? Get another precept in the book of Ezekiel, right? Because the Most High, let me get this precept real quick. Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse, let's see where I want to start at. Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse number, I'm gonna start at 5. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And whoever got that mark is the man that was sealed, right? The men of the elect, right? Who's the chosen of the Most High, right? Who's going to get delivered out of this captivity, right? But what it says, and women, but come not near any man whom is the mark, and began at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men, which were before the house. So the judgment began with the ancient men, right? I brought that out because ancient men, yeah, they can be old men, but when you go into the scriptures, I'm going to put a precept in the book of Wisdom of Solomon. When you go into the scriptures, hey, the ancient men are you men that have the wisdom, that have the understanding, right? And those men are chiefly going out to teach. The men that have that wisdom and that understanding. I'm going to get this precept real quick in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse number 8. It reads, it says, God, is that what I want? Slocky. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse, Slocky. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse number 8. It says, for honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by number of years. But wisdom is the gray hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age. Right? So it's not always, you know what I'm saying, when you go into ancient men, it's just talking about old men. Right? You past your 50s, right? It's going into, right, you men that have the wisdom and understanding, right, of the scriptures, right? Knowing the times of the times that we living in, and you going out to teach, and you are those ancient men. Because it said wisdom is the gray hair unto men, right? So, hey, that judgment is going to start with you, right? Because you knew better. You knew that you were supposed to be going out and warn the people of their wicked ways, right? To turn from their sins, right? To warn the people of the times to come, right? That was on you, you teachers. That was your job. Not the Most High requiring it at your hands. And that judgment going to start with you, right? Let me get another precept. Well, that's it on that. Also, another thing being a teacher, right? You don't want to be unprofitable unto yourself. You don't want to be going out there and teach, right? Or giving counsel, right? About how to deal with a situation, right? But you don't know how to deal with it. I mean, you teach it mighty. You got the precepts, right? You got 3 precepts for each topic, right? I'm saying you kind of well studied. Well, but brother, you don't use it for yourself. It's unprofitable. It's vain, right? I mean, you don't use, like what they say in the world. You don't use your own advice. So you got to use your own advice when you're a teacher. Don't become unprofitable. All right, let me get this precept. Sirach, chapter 37, and verse number 19. It reads, there is one that is wise and teacheth many, right? So you got men that are wise, right? They know the precepts. They know a couple breakdowns, and they teach many, right? You've been out on the, you know what I'm saying? You've been on the highways and byways for a couple years, right? You've been to a couple unity camps. You know what I'm saying? You've been city to city, right? But it says, and yet is unprofitable to himself, right? And you become unprofitable to yourself. Why? Because, I mean, you don't apply those things that you're teaching. I mean, yeah, you break it out mighty. Yeah, you break it down, but brother, you don't do the things that you're saying. Like I was going into earlier, brother, you becoming a hypocrite, right? It's unprofitable, right? Brother, you know what I'm saying? You dealing with this and you dealing with that. Brother, you know the precepts. Why don't you apply them? Why don't you apply those things to your life, right? Now the scriptures and your teaching is becoming vain. It's becoming unprofitable, right? Let me get another precept on that, because it talks about that in the book of Job. Job chapter 4, right? His friend kind of got on him about the same issue. So like it, Job chapter 4. This page is sticking together. So like it. Job 4 and verse number 3. It says, I'm gonna start at 1. Job chapter 4 and verse 1. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, if we essay to commune with thee, wilt thou be grieved? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. So yeah, you got brothers that go out, yeah. I said, you instructed many, man. You taught the law. You went into Deuteronomy 28. You went into Leviticus. You went into Exodus. You went into Deuteronomy, right? You went into the precepts. You instructed many. You showed brothers how to deal with this, how to deal with that, right? And you strengthened the weak hands. I'm saying you might have the homeless out there feeling low in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Not to boast about brothers' works, but, you know what I'm saying? We was out on the highways and byways one time. You had a brother come up. He was kind of crying, man. Came up crying, kind of weak in the spirit. And when he left, he was hugging brothers and smiling, man. And brothers, you know what I'm saying? Brothers that teach, they can attest to things like that. If you strengthen the weak hands, you strengthen brothers, right? Through the spirit of the Most High, through the scriptures, right? But what? It says, I'm going to read it one more time. Behold, thou hast instructed many. Thou hast strengthened the weak hands. Thy words have thy words have upholden him that was falling, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees. But now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest. It toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Right? So, hey, you got, you know what I'm saying? That's madness, man. You teach your brothers, you know what I'm saying, how to get back up in the spirit. Right? Just man falls 7 times. I bet he rise up again. You bringing out the precepts, right? But when you down low in the spirit, are you going through things, right, buddy? You know what I'm saying, you can't get yourself back up, right? Because your teaching is unprofitable. You don't apply those things that you're saying, right? You just got you just got a good memory. You just got a good memory as a teacher. You just remember the precepts, but you don't apply them, right? Or you don't understand them, right? Because if you understand them, hey, you would do them. You will follow them, right? It says, I'm going to read that one more time. It says, but now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest. It toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Slaki. It says, it toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways? Right? So you don't want to be that man, right? You know what I'm saying? When you're going through things, right? Slaki, chiefly talking about you teachers. You don't want to be a teacher, right? You teaching things, you breaking things down, right? But you don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, use those things for yourself, right? So, hey, you know what I'm saying, don't become unprofitable as a teacher, right? Apply these things that you're saying, right? Be well learned in this truth, right? You know what I'm saying, pray to the Most High that He give you the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the spirit of sincerity as being a teacher. Hey, you know what I'm saying, watch your mouth, right? Because you will be condemned and you will be judged for the things that you judge, right? So I'm going to get one more precept and I'm going to close out. It's the book of Hebrews. And this is for all you teachers. If you dare to click on this video and watch it, right? This is a warning, right? Hey, take heed to this, man. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 5 and verse number 12. It says, for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again. Right? So if you're desiring to be a teacher, right? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Sit down and be learned first. Right? Be taught. Be taught these things, right? Get experience, right? So when you go out there, right, you're able to break down the word, right? And apply these scriptures. Make sure you're walking in this walk before you just go out there and teach, right? It says, let me keep reading on. It says, for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of Yahweh, and are becoming such as need of milk and not of strong drink, right? So, and saying this was a warning, right, to you teachers, right? Lord willing, this was edifying, right? Lord willing, you know what I'm saying, brothers that's watching this, Slaki. I'm going to get into one more thing real quick because, I mean, yeah, this applies to brothers. This applies to brothers as well that go on the highways and byways. But, hey, this could go for you sisters too. Slaki, I forgot to go into this, right? All praise to the Most High, Yahweh, right? That He put it on my spirit to go into this. It's go for you sisters too, right? You sisters are not off the hook, right? Because, hey, you're supposed to, let me get this precept. I was finna close up, but the spirit, hey, suffer me not. The spirit suffer me not. This the book. This the book of Salakia. This the book of Titus, chapter 2, and verse number 3. Right? Because you sisters not off the hook, man. This goes for you sisters too. Right? Because this the book of Titus, chapter 2, and verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things, right? So you women, you also supposed to be teaching, right? You're supposed to be teaching the other women, right? How to, you know what I'm saying, how to be a Proverbs 31 woman, how to be a Titus 2 woman, like we read right now, right? How to move in the spirit, how to deal with certain things, right? And you don't want to be a unprofitable, man, or a damn hypocrite. Cause you got, you know what I'm saying, you got all these sisters in the truth. They put, you know what I'm saying, they say all praises to the Most High in their bio, right? You know what I'm saying? They got the Yahweh behind their name, X, Y, and Z, right? But where's the, you know what I'm saying, where's the women that's teaching, right? How to love their husbands, right? How to, you know what I'm saying, how to sew, right? How to make certain meals, right? Where's these women at, right? And I'm saying, if you are doing that, hey, don't become a hypocrite. You just saying things, but you don't do it just to look like you're, you know what I'm saying, you're a Proverbs 31 woman. Every woman want to be a Proverbs 31 woman, right? But are you really doing those things, right? Are you really going through the precepts, right? You rising up early, right? You going out to get the things for the crib. Are you really doing those things, or you just saying it because it's something cool to say, right? So you sisters not off the hook. I'm going to keep reading on that, right? It says that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed, right? So if you, you a woman out there, a woman teaching, right, other women, right, and you better be doing those things that the scripture said. Don't be just reading, going over Proverbs 31. You telling, you got a sister that want to come into the truth. You saying, yeah, sis, you got to be a Proverbs 31 woman. You kind of going into the precepts, right? You bring out Titus 2, right? But you, sister, you don't do those things yourself, right? You a damn dragon in your damn household, an ostrich, right? You don't cook, you don't clean, you just sit and watch Netflix, man, the Bad Girls Club. It's off, right? You don't do those things, right? Don't become a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, the Spirit suffered me to go into that. I was finna close it up, right? All praise to the Most High, right? But, hey, take heed to these things, man. Right? Hey, because whatever you put out there, hey, you're going to be judged for that. It's like James said in the book of James 3:1, it's a greater condemnation, right, for you teachers, right? You masters, right? So with that, I'm going to close up, right? Giving, of course, all honor and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, one Malak Yahweh Shad, right? Lord willing, this was edifying, right? Lord willing, you take heed to these things, right? And you start applying the scriptures, right, that you can go out and teach men. So, Kwam Yasharawa. Shalom.